At what point were you asked to remote view this Stargate?
Yeah, so that's a very interesting question. I was actually still doing those kind of random missions, and out of the blue, this person said back in the Second Gulf War, she was in Iraq.
Right.
And she saw many troops from different countries. And she also was privy to the removal of the Stargate. So she saw the Stargate being removed from the underground location of the summer palace of Saddam Hussein. And for some reason, like, they knew about the Stargate's location. Saddam Hussein himself knew about the Stargate, and he knew about the people working with the Stargate. So that's another story. But when the Stargate got removed from Iraq, this agent was involved in the shipment of that Stargate at the Summer Palace. So she was working with the Americans. She was working with, I think the Bulgarians were even there too. So there were multiple nations. There were also Italians there. French were there too. And so they sent off the Stargate in a crate, and they were trying to make it leave the country, and then it got out of hands, and the Stargate got stolen, and they lost track of it. She wasn't part of that program. She just knew that the Stargate got stolen. It could have been an inside job. It could have been someone else from the CIA that worked for another organization, and then that's how it disappeared. But for some reason, they tracked it down to Bulgaria. They just didn't know where in Bulgaria it was located. What I was told was that the Stargate was comprised or made of stones that came from the Earth core, and it was extracted by the Anunnaki. And so it was hard for me to comprehend and understand the whole thing.
Right.
But she explained that the Stargate was made of this very rare metal, black stone with inscriptions on it, and that for some reason, some pieces of the Stargate got removed before the Stargate got moved to Bulgaria. And I didn't know why, I didn't know who, or anything about that at the time.
What did you see?
At first, I was asked to remote view the Stargate, and I did. And when I looked at the Stargate, when I saw it, I was in direct contact with it. I could see it right in front of me. I also saw a white Draco reptilian with the Stargate, and behind him were soldiers in black uniforms. And there was no insignia, there was no names, nothing. And they were just there. I could not really picture the room itself. It looked pretty white in the background, but the Stargate was there. And it was standalone on a stand. It was not connected to anything. It was just a random piece of technology that was not being in use because they could not make it function.
Do you think when you had that vision, was that like current, or was that from the past, or is that in the future?
That was current.
Current.
Yes, it was live. Like I was seeing it.
You're seeing it live with the Reptilian and the guys in the tactical suits. Okay.
That's correct.
What else can you tell me more about the layout there?
So I did mention that I was usually seeing events through someone else's eyes.
Right.
In this case, that was not the case. I was directly connecting to the Stargates as myself. So I was there. Like my soul energy, whatever you want to call it, my consciousness was there. And
bilocating.
Bilocating, yes. And the reptilian was looking straight at me.
Right.
I was just like literally facing him, like right opposite him. And I guess that's how, he saw me. And he looks, I wasn't directly actually facing him, just maybe slightly on his right. So while he was looking straight at the time, then he moved his head slightly towards me to look at me. That's when I knew it was a direct eye contact.
And that made you feel really uncomfortable.
Oh, it scared me.
Yeah.
It scared me. And I felt threatened. And that's when I stopped the communication. And that was the first time ever that it happened to me. Like this was new to me. So that day, I basically just went to bed. And then I woke up in the middle of the night, and I had a nosebleed, and had a pounding headache. And I knew that my whole body was vibrating, and not in a good way. Like I was not feeling good.
He was attacking you.
He was attacking me, and I was not feeling good.
Psionics.
Yeah. And so I was, I didn't know what to do with this. This was the first time ever that something like this happened to me. I heard it before from other people, and I never understood how could this happen. because I never experienced it until that time.
Yeah, it's a real pickle.
Yeah, so I went downstairs and sat down on my sofa and I started to meditate. So I basically closed my eyes and I could see my Kundalini energy going counterclockwise, and I knew something was really way off and I was not feeling good. And so I decided to try to stop the flow of energy, and to slow it down, or trying to make myself heal, if that makes sense.
Sure, yeah.
But it was not working. It was not working. And I was also in communications with other remote viewers that I was working with. And they were also involved in the program. And they were also being attacked at the same time. So what's interesting about the psychic attack is, while I was trying to heal myself and calm myself down, and I was trying to heal myself for 4 hours straight, and nothing worked. And at the end, for some reason, I don't know exactly how and why, I was able to open up like a connection between me and that Draco Reptilian. And so I could see myself going through this white tunnel, and I was hovering. Like my vision, I could see the top of his head.
Oh, wow. All right.
So I could see the protuberance like in full form. And at that point in time, I felt like I could just cast like some kind of white light of energy to stop the psychic attack. And that worked right away. I don't know how, why. I just knew intuitively how to do this. And so that stopped the psychic attack.
So what did you learn about the Stargate after all this?
Well, I knew that the Stargate was definitely made out of a piece of metal or stone-like substance that was not, to me it felt like it was not from this earth, but it was from the main core of the
inner earth, right?
Yes. And that kind of technology was, what I've seen with my own eyes, actually using remote viewing, I'm just saying with other pieces of technologies in the future. But this one in particular was definitely of a different type of substance, because I could feel its energy. And
do you know where the Stargate takes you?
Yes, it was definitely, I mean, that's the Stargate itself was used by the Anunnaki.
Right.
And for traveling between their planets or space to Iraq, and to communicate with some secret space program agents there.
Did they say this Stargate is active and they can turn it on whenever they want, or who's in control of it?
So the Stargate was originally used by the secret space program underground of that summer palace in Iraq. So in the ancient Babylon location, Saddam Hussein knew about the SSP personnel were Iraqi scientists, and he was told to leave them alone. And as a dictator of his country, it's hard for anybody to imagine that he was told not to mingle with those people and to leave them alone. And they were completely separate, independent from Iraq, from Saddam Hussein, from the rest of the world. And he had to respect it, which he did.
Yeah.
He built a tunnel from his summer palace to go directly down to the Stargate. And the location of the Stargate underground was pretty much like the Deren Kuyu in Turkey, like those kind of labyrinth with like stone pillars to allow people to roam through the space with lots of water.
Yeah, what does it look like? Is it round? Is it square?
It was round. It was round, hollow, maybe like 9 feet tall, maybe 10 feet tall.
All right.
By like 9 by 9, I guess, I would say.
Yeah, it's not too big.
Not too big. And the beings coming through it, the Anunnaki beings.
Yeah, how they fit through there, they're pretty big.
Well, those ones could fit in. They were going through it. And they were talking to the SSP people. Again, this is what stories I heard. I never remote viewed that particular event.
Okay.
But I was told that this is what happened, that basically those Anunnaki beings came through, 2 brothers, and they had baritone voices, pretty scary looking people, apparently, for what I heard. and that the SSP scientists were able to communicate with them. To what degree or what extent, I have no idea. All I know that they were in communication with those Anunnaki beings. Saddam Hussein was also told that he could communicate and learn from these Anunnaki beings, but he considered it to be like dark magic and satanic.
So he didn't want nothing to do with it.
So no, he got scared from it, and he didn't want to mingle with those beings. So he kind of left them alone. But the water is very important for the Stargate to be functional. So without the water, the Stargate would not work.